pitch you the lobster.
Yeah, dude. So would you rather have your knees bent backwards or your elbows bent backwards?
Definitely my knees bent backwards.
I'm also gonna go. Well, yeah, I feel like the patella, cause like there's no bone right here. It's not like you know how there's like a bone. I feel like that could like snap in half, and then you're really screwed.
I just feel like maybe in some sci-fi world, I could learn how to just be one of those backward knee guys and just walk that way.
Yeah, or you'll get those legs that war veterans get where they run twice as fast now and dominate the Olympics and stuff. And then everybody's like, "Oh, it's so good for him," and it's like he's just blowing it away.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. It's fucked up.
Yeah, they haven't really figured out arms yet,
Well, I mean, arms is a whole nother deal.
A hook would kind of be cool. That would
hook would be cool.
Instant walk up to any chick at a bar and be like, "Let's talk."
Yeah. So what's the story with this hook hand you have?
Yeah. There was the other this or that I had was oh man, I'm just gonna say it. Would you rather paper cut 2 millimeters deep on the tip, on the hole, on the tip?
Okay, I follow.
Yeah, or you get beaked on the starfish by one of those canes with like the bird beak handle, where it's not super sharp, but it's like if you get hit with it, it hurts because it like pierces.
Yeah.
So that this hard.
I would. There's no choice, bro. I would much rather get beaked than get a paper.
I'd rather get beaked too.
Yeah.
Beaked.
Dude, I mean, because even the tiniest little flick can be some serious damage.
If I was a dictator, I'd probably beat people a lot because it wouldn't really leave a bruise. So what are you gonna charge me with? It's like, he beaked me, and it's like I didn't beak him. Look, it's like
he beaked my starfish.
What are you gonna see? The bruise on it? Like it's already discolored. You're not gonna see it in the. Okay.
He beaked my starfish.
Speaking of which, we were talking at work about presidents. Who are you gonna vote for, or who do you want to run? Because we were talking about if Trump runs, a lot of people who would otherwise vote for Republican because they're done with the nonsense aren't gonna vote for him because they'll vote for anybody but him, even if it's crazy wokeness. Mm-hmm. And I was like, imagine a DeSantis Tulsi Gabbard ticket. That'd be awesome. I'd vote for that. Huge. That'd be a huge ticket. But more than anything, I would vote for myself. Obviously,
I would write you in. But
the thing is, okay, here's my deal. Here's my new deal to America. Okay, I get 1 year as dictator, and you could kill me after 1 year. So go ahead.
There was Tim Pool has that similar thing where he says, you serve in politics and then you go to the island. You don't get to reap the benefits of your insider trading or any kind of the stock market stuff. It's you serve and then you go to the island, no benefits for you. So it's you really just have to want to do it.
I do. I mean, I would what was the first thing I enact? Oh yeah, Dude,
what's the first thing you would enact?
Yeah, there was something really specific about.
Did we talk about it?
No, it's domestic. I literally said it last night. I was because these two things need to be done. Oh yeah, here's what it was automated drones with weapons at the border. No wall, just one every.
A pseudo wall.
There's a kill zone that anything in that zone. They all have infrared, so no tunnels either. They can see the tunnels and everything. There's mines. Into the mines. There's mines too. And anything in or out.
With armor-piercing missiles.
In
case they go into the mines.
Anything in or out, dead. Instantly dead. And all of the criminals that we have here, we have them carry the bodies out. If they get out, they might hit a mine. I don't know. And then the other thing is...
You know what, dude? This could go back to your Gladiator thing, where we release our prisoners into that zone, and if you can escape to Mexico... You're in the clear.
That's the other thing I was going to say was the Gladiator thing is this is no longer optional. You have to compete, and we're going to sell tickets, and that way now the incarceration system costs nothing. So I just saved a bunch of money for America there. And these are bad things. That's why I'm gonna die after, because I'll just be like Gaddafi, where they like storm the palace and kill me, and I did it for you people. Why are you
He's gone too mad with power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course I do other stupid things, like every June 21st, everyone's mandatory has to go on a slip and slide, because the idea is like you remember how much fun it is. You like remember. And then also another thing is like no spiders either. Like just no more. Just eradicate.
You gotta know that's the war on spiders.
Because, dude, there's still bugs. So somebody's sleeping on the job, and I'm tired of it. So
we gotta keep those spiders accountable. You're right. I agree.
Other thing, dude. And the thing is, like, I'm not even necessarily anti-immigration. I just like there's just something.
Well, I keep hearing it all the time that a nation without borders is not a nation. So.
Well, I'm okay in reality though, because after one day and like an image of one dead family and it's all over, I'll get stormed in one day. It won't even last a year. Yeah. And I would be like, I didn't want to kill a kid. But
no, dude, that's why like this was my thought. There's like, I don't know, a mile wide zone between Mexico and the USA. And when you're in that zone, the robots are just like terrifying Terminator voices like, you will be destroyed in whatever, if you like, just terrifying. And, dude, look, if you had some Terminator robot with lasers locked on you, like missiles and crap, telling you, hey, I'm gonna kill you if you go any further. Yeah, I'd turn around.
I made this point with this dude. We were both in like this little program together. And he was Mexican, not immigrant. I mean, he was like second generation or something, but he was like for immigration. And I was basically saying, we have a lot of people here already who don't get the help they need. So wouldn't it make sense to try, if we already have people that need help that aren't getting it, like, then we shouldn't. But then that's like a hospital. Like there's people who are sick, but do you just not take anymore because like you're already at capacity? And the answer is like, kind of, yeah, because like then everybody dies. Isn't there like a Titanic boat thing where it's like they'll swamp the boat kind of thing?
You can't do nothing. The biggest problem I have with the whole immigration thing is that they're giving, like I hear it all the time on this one YouTube channel I watch, where they're giving illegal immigrants, like they're putting up in hotels and giving them all kinds of money and stuff, and then the American people are like, we're going to take your money and send more of it to Ukraine. Like, cool. So glad that we could do everything for everyone else.
I really don't care about Ukraine. I really don't care. I don't care.
Dude, even if you do care about the Ukraine, like everything needs to start locally. You take it down, Jordan Peterson style. You got to take it all the way down to the bottom. The very first thing you got to take care of the family, then take care of the community, then take care of the county, then take care of the state, then take care of,
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't care. So, like, even if we had the money, no, I don't care. It's not...
No, I hear you. I personally don't really care about anything if it doesn't have to do with America.
Even if they were being slaughtered and dying, I don't care. Because, and that's not because like I'm heartless. It's because that's already happening in other parts of the country or other parts of the world, and nobody's saying anything about it. So obviously you don't care.
That's true. Yeah,
it's already happening. It's
kind of like I can't think of any examples offhand, but there's plenty of examples where somebody all of a sudden picks up a cause, and it's like, dude, you didn't care about that 2 days ago, and it's happening. There's 1,000 other terrible tragedies that are happening every day, and you just...
Yeah, because the one person can't... I feel like you can have like 5 cause du jours, right? You have like 5 things, maybe 2 that you really dedicate your life to. Other than that, you're playing whack-a-mole, where you stop whacking this one to whack that one, and the other one just pops up too. Right? That's why I focus on 2 things. Which are?
I focus on building culture. Like, obviously, we're not really affecting it at all right now, but doing the music, doing the podcast, and then working with alcoholics and addicts of the detox.
Does anybody really care about Ukraine, though? It's just like the BLM thing with the black square. I
think there's a lot of people who have no idea why they even are supposed to care. Dude, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know crap about the whole thing.
I literally feel like that's the way most people vote. That like it's just like when they were catching people on Twitter, like all these bots, like trying to like make it seem normal. The way that like they're posting this stuff to normalize it.
Yeah.
Basically, like where if you hear 20 people say the same thing, you're like, oh, I guess that's like the normal way to believe. So I believe that too. And the people like you're not voting because you like the person. You're voting because you were told that that's a good person to vote for.
Dude, it's like all the woke stuff, like all of the political correctness, all of that stuff. And then you just go out and talk to regular people, and you're like, nobody believes this stuff. And like, it's doubly for me because I get people from all over the country that I talk to, and everyone's just like, yeah, I don't know where this is going on, but it ain't going on in my town.
This is why I don't care about Ukraine, because first of all, it's a super corrupt country. So it's just like backing rebels in Syria versus Assad. Like they're both bad. It's just we chose one that was less bad or something. I don't know. But the other thing is because like if we just like Afghanistan, we took all the smart people, all the good people, all the non-criminals and gave them H-1B visas and set them up in like Minnesota or something, and left all the criminals and people who suck and people just, I mean, that's a bad way of saying it. People who basically we thought were useless. And so like all that's left with is like the cowards and people who won't pick up a gun, so that when the Taliban come running through, nobody's there to be like, oh, men who yearn for freedom, follow me. They're gone. They're over here.
They're over. Yeah, they're in
because we
America.
took them. So like, it's just like when we fought in the just like in the Revolutionary War. Like we didn't just like everybody run to some other country. It was like it's just do or die, put up or shut up here or now. Like, and if we win, we get a good thing. But right, and that it's just like you have to fight for yourself. I can't fight for you because it's like home field advantage, homeland advantage and stuff.
Well, dude, in that like your point could not have been taken to its furthest. How much money are we gonna need to send over there until you guys are stable? It's gonna need to be indefinite.
Well, they need weapons. They can't fight. The Taliban won a 20-year war of attrition against us without tanks, without helicopters. They won.
Yes, they did.
With what, AKs and goats? And Toyota trucks with little d-d-d-d-d-ds on them?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
We should have never been there, but that's neither here nor there. We're on Ukraine right now.
The other thing is because everybody instantly told us Putin's bad because he's a madman. What is he thinking? He must be crazy. And I'm like, dude, that guy's crazy? That guy's crazy? I don't think he's crazy. He's definitely not a good guy, but he's not crazy. So you're lying to me to get me to think what you want to think. And what's the other side of this I'm not seeing? And then we find out all these like Wuhan-esque labs, chemical labs are there, and like all this corruption stuff is there, and all this money laundering and gun running. So like the world's capital of gun running, and we're sending them $60 billion of weapons so that they can end up where? I'm just tired of the current thing, right? Like the whole BLM thing. I'm like, dude, do you really care about it? Because all you're saying is stuff online, and you changed your square to a black square. You didn't do anything. You've done nothing.
When you're continuing to do nothing. Dude, that's my thing with social media. I tell people, it's marketing. That's what social media is for. Like I forgot who I was talking to about this. I was talking to somebody. I was like, dude, when's the last time you went on like your Instagram or your Facebook? Like, let's just forget about Twitter because Twitter's garbage. When's the last time you went on Instagram or Facebook and was like, oh, I wonder, let's see what so-and-so is up to? Never. I don't even go on my Instagram for that.
What, checking up on people?
I've never done it. I do it to find music and to find memes. That's why I go on Instagram. Ugh, whoops.
I feel like Instagram is a LinkedIn for like social people. Like basically when you meet somebody that doesn't know you and you give them your Instagram, they can look at you and see like, oh, here's his hobbies. Okay, he's a normal person. Versus if you don't have one, it's kind of like, why don't you have one?
Yeah, I suppose.
Or like, why don't you update it? There's the rest. I don't really update mine. Every once in a while, I'm just like,
I update my Instagram.
I feel weird when I post a picture. I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't care if people see this.
That's what I mean, though. It's like that just goes into the whole like narcissistic, like fake reality thing. That's why rarely do I update my Instagram unless it's like a real moment.
Look at me having fun, right? It's like everybody that I wanted to know was there. So,
yep.
Who cares?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that's why I think like Facebook and Instagram has just become tools for marketing. Like, come on, like, when's the last time you heard any kind of commercial that didn't say follow us on Instagram or find us on Facebook?
Dude, okay. So back to caring, because I want to hammer it home, because it's not that I don't care. It's that I wish I cared more about Ukraine or people dying and stuff, but I don't, and I know I don't because of my actions.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so like for instance, like when it says like they were talking some podcast I was listening to, some church podcast, and they were saying like the first command is like love God, right? That's an action word. It's not like you can't make yourself fall in love with somebody. We've talked about this. You can't change the way you feel or the way you think. All you can really control is your actions, because I can feel some type of way about you. I can't just make myself, oh yeah, he's a good guy all of a sudden when I don't like you. Right?
Yep.
And like I can't change the way I'm thinking. I'm like, I can't just think like, oh, just think happy thoughts. Think of him walking an old lady across the street, and like that's not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
But I can change my actions. So it's like if I really care, or if I really want to love somebody, I can demonstrate it by the way I treat them. Right? So like that's the command, because there's a command, an action follows a command. So the reason I say I don't care is because I know in my own life I have done nothing for Ukraine. I've raised no money. I've not advocated. I've not gone over there to like get an Instagram picture of me on the front lines or like done any of that. Well, so dude, like obviously I don't care,
And to drive your point home, I don't think posting anything on social media is any kind of action showing that you care. I think the only thing that it shows is that you are aware. Yes, I'm aware there's some crazy ass stuff going on over there. Moving on.
Dude, it's just like
dude, I mean really though, like I saw a lot of my friends posted black flags, and like I have not seen any posts out. They're either gone or there's a bunch of other happy pics after that. And like, dude, that's not a dig towards my friends. It's not a dig towards anybody that did that. It's just like you and me are saying, you're right. I don't care about Ukraine, and it's not because I don't want to care. It's just because my actions show that I don't care. Maybe I do want to care, but I'm not showing that I do.
I was saying the same thing about vegans, and like, I guess that dude with the kebab was like eating the kebab in front of the vegans, and was like kind of viral. But
I don't remember. I remember something like this. Been a bunch of those.
Basically, we were like, dude, that does nothing. That doesn't convince them to eat meat. And that guy's obviously not convinced either. But
He's just trolling.
And honestly, like I don't like the way factory farming is. I've seen the videos. I don't like it. I wish it was different. It makes me sad. But obviously, I don't care enough, because I still eat burgers. I still go to I patronize everything that keeps that going. So like, what have I done? Nothing.
Dude, and we could go dark into. They were talking about this on IRL, Timcast IRL. That, we don't like China, like the CCP, not the Chinese people, the Chinese Communist Party. We don't like them, yet we still buy our iPhones, we still buy our Mac products, we still buy our shirts made in sweatshops.
Yeah, dude. So it goes back to Romans, I believe, and he says, the things I don't want to do, I do, and the things I do, I don't want to do, right? Who can save me?
Who said that? Paul?
Paul.
Yeah.
He said, who can save me, right? The things I don't want to do, I keep doing. And the things I do want to do, I don't do. And why is that perpetuated? Why does that keep going on? How can we change that? Right.
Get over being... Here's the thing. This has been my biggest thought for like the last 6 months. America is not making... We're not making our lives better. Now, I'm not saying we're making them worse. We're not making them better. We're making them more convenient. That's the only thing we've been doing, I think, for the last 20 years. I don't think we've been making our lives better. We've just been making everything more convenient.
Dude, exactly. I was saying the same thing a few days ago, that they were saying, you like, oh, I'm a poor millennial with your internet and your phone and da-da-da. I'm like, ooh, cool. Internet. Yay. Would you rather have that, or would you rather have like a fulfilled family setting with like a good social group and like a localized town where everybody knows each other and says hi, and like accountability and stuff like that? Or here's your phone, now get in your box and Which one would you rather take?
Go scroll away.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Cool. Internet. I would give that up in a heartbeat for the old way of doing things.
Dude, just like when like it, dude, it's funny because like I tell people like I grew up with video games. I grew up in that era, but we were just young enough, and the internet and everything was just young enough to where we still went out and did the homeless bum. Remember when we played homeless bums?
Yeah.
And we played the ball game, which was just throwing a ball over a fence. That was our game, and it was fun. And playing with the what were they? Ski pools. Yeah, sword fighting with the ski pools.
Yeah,
pretending to be Jedi.
You can't manufacture that stuff. Not like you can with like all the social media stuff where everything's fake and counterfeit. You have people posting like filters, so it's like counterfeit site, counterfeit persona. You only put the things you want to put up on social media, so that's the counterfeit life.
Yeah.
You have porn, counterfeit love. You have money that's not worth anything. You have all this stuff that's just not. You have subscriptions now. You don't own anything, right?
Dude, that's the crazy thing. Is I was thinking about that. I'm like, what do I own? There's only a handful of things that I own. Probably just the stuff that's in this room is probably the only thing I really own, and maybe my clothes. I don't own my car, not yet anyway. I don't own my phone. I don't own any of my streaming services. I don't own any of that stuff.
Like I said, man, like you said it perfectly. We've made things more convenient, but not better. Well, I mean, is better a relative term? I don't think it is.
No, because dude, think it like
misery index is going up.
Yeah.
So that's a good little scientific indication that things aren't going well because the misery index is way up.
Because people are too bored. Like that's what I mean, dude. We've made life too convenient, and so we now have. I don't want to get controversial, dude, but the whole transgender thing. Oh, it's a new phenomenon because now they actually have the drugs to be able to transition to what they want and this, and I'm like, yeah, I think it goes deeper than that, dude. I think people just have more time in their hands. Like, dude, I've been watching a lot of videos about pronouns, and I'm like, there's like, you've seen the pronoun videos.
Yeah.
Right, where they explain the pronouns, and I'm like, bro, this is wild. Like this is, our lives are that good, where I can work dude, I work 3 days a week. That's crazy. I can work so little, and so I have so much time to just think about stuff that bothers me that really shouldn't bother me.
Yeah, it goes back to, I'm pretty sure we talked about it, like leisure time.
Yeah.
How if you freed up, if drones and robots did everything for us, so all human beings do is no work, we wouldn't create art and enjoy our lives more. We'd be more miserable. Everybody would be more miserable.
We'd be WALL-E, bro. We'd be straight up WALL-E.
Super more miserable.
Well, maybe some version of WALL-E, right?
The struggle, the pain, and the what's the right word? The suffering is what brings the meaning. There was like the nature of suffering. They were touching on it a couple days ago. There's a whole essay that C.S. Lewis wrote that's pretty good on it. Like why is there suffering?
You need it,
right? But it's like it's like climbing a mountain. Once you get to the top, it's only worthwhile because it's not easy to do.
Dude, and I don't, just on a totally different, because we were talking about suffering, I don't worry about my kids in the traditional sense. Like sometimes guys my friends, not creepos, guys will look at my daughter. My friends, I'm sorry, I'm making it sound creepy. My friends will look at my daughter and say, oh, you better be careful, she's real cute. And I'm like, I ain't worried about that, dude, because I've seen a girl who's been raised by her father and a mother in the same home, and they do just fine without the daddy issues and all that other nonsense. I'm worried for them in a different way. I'm worried that they're not going to have anything to overcome, therefore they're not going to push themselves to do anything. Or to grow in any area.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. What really bothers me is that the chokehold of the older generations and like the ease at which they had things, not realizing that just because things are more convenient now does not make them easier. Some things are easier, but a lot of things are harder. Yeah, I look at,
have flipped for sure.
I look at like a lot of European countries where it's normal for like 2 or 3 families to live under one roof, like Italy, where it's like you have the grandparents, the parents, and the kids are kind of dating, they're in their 20s, but they all live under one roof, and that's normal. Because for whatever reason, like their labor market or the housing market or whatever, that's just normal now. And I look at America's trend, and it's starting to get to that point. It's starting to get to the point where like kids are leaving some are getting pushed out because like their parents just, that's the way they think.
You can get out when you turn 18.
But I know most of my friends, the vast majority of them that either have their own homes or master's degrees, stayed home the entire time. Did not go out and be like, I got my own place, my own bootstraps, and did it all on my own. It's like, you didn't. I know you didn't, because I know your story. You didn't. But and I don't like resent you for that. I'm just looking at the trend. The trend is that you can't just go with a job and get a home or like any kind of, you know what I mean?
You don't really get a starter home anymore. You just get a home. Like you get your forever home, because there's no starter homes are not affordable anymore. There is no like there is no get the 2-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,000-square-foot house anymore. That's not a thing anymore. It's I'm gonna blow right past that because that's $200,000 I don't want to spend, and then get the $400,000, $500,000 forever home, right?
I think it's beyond that. It's like when you get a home, it's like way far out of your social circle, so everybody's moving away to other parts, and that's fine too. You know, sometimes that's necessary.
The call to adventure, as Jordan Peterson would call it.
I don't know. It's just elite, man. I'm not, like I said, I'm not resentful or anything. I'm recognizing the trend that some things are easier and some things are a lot harder. And the things that are easier are like the everyday things. The things that are harder